Good morning! It is December 3rd at 7:10 in the morning. I've been awake for about 20 minutes. The kids woke me up at 10 to 7, which is actually pretty late for me. That was nice. But now we're all up. I'm about to make my first cup of tea. But that means I want to open my Advent. So I have my Advent tea to drink this morning. So I'm going to do that. My husband has a meeting this morning with a friend to read the Bible and pray together. So they'll be doing that online. And so in the morning, I sometimes make just a cup for me and sometimes I make a pot. But it will definitely be a pot morning because he will be awake and up in about 10 minutes so he can meet with his friend and do that. So I'm going to make a pot of tea. I'm going to open my other Advents that I have here as well. I will open and show you photos of them or video of them. I'm not going to open them on the camera this morning. But I will open them now. And then today is a pretty relaxed day. Saturday we were going to have a party, but that's been cancelled. And so we were going to go to a party, not host one, but that's been cancelled. And we probably couldn't have gone anyway because the kids are sick. So we are going to, have a pretty relaxed day. Hopefully the kids will start getting better. Let me see. We've made some mead, and so we're going to bottle that today. We've also made some apple wine, but that's not ready for bottling yet. That'll have another few months to go. So yeah, anyway, whatever we're doing, I will take you along and I will show you, and hopefully staying at home will mean more knitting time. So I want to get these opened, finish the mini sock from yesterday. I want to start on my wallop cowl, but I want to use the needles I'm using for the beginning of the flax sweaters for that. So I will keep going with the flax sweaters until they're a bit bigger, I think, and then I'll cast on the wallop cowl. But you know what, if I catch up on everything else today, I will just swap the needles over and start the cowl, because I do want to start that, and I'm up to day 3 already. Anyway, so I'm excited. Good morning. Well, I made some progress on my second colour of this flax sweater, and I realised I forgot to go up the needle size. So I've done the whole thing on the 4mm instead of changing for the 5mm here. And so now I'm debating whether I actually keep going with my mild DK equivalent, or whether I just go back and do a 4-ply flax, because I had so much left over from the first colour. And I know that that will obviously get less and less as it goes up, but I'm now debating how I actually want to do this. So anyway, I thought I'd show you this before I rip it out. I think I will probably continue to do mild, so I'll only rip it back to here, and then I will change needle size and keep going. Yeah, so that was super annoying. I've only done 4 or 5 rows since
I should have changed. But anyway, it's cute. And this is the little girl that it'll be for, so it'll look cute on her too. Alright, I think I'll stick with the mild, but I will change. Rip back and change needle size. End of another day. It is about 10 p.m. right now. I am about to head up to bed. We've just watched The Walking Dead, me and Jordan, and yeah, lots of people die. It's one of those shows. I'm only coming to the end of the second season, and it's the first time I've ever watched where I'm up to now. I watched maybe up to 2 episodes ago previously. Yeah, still enjoying it, and I'm not finding it as stressful this time as I was last time. I think because of the knitting that I'm doing at the same time. Last time I was just watching it, and wow, it was intense. Anyway, I thought I would pop on and show you the things that I have done tonight. So, I have another mini sock almost finished. You can see here the jogs for stripes where I'm changing colours. I'm not doing any kind of jogless stripes or anything. I'm just using the colours as they come. So it'll have that kind of stripe on one side, but I don't mind. So I just need to do the afterthought heel, which I believe will go in here. Nope, in here. It'll be the red one. So I'll cut into this red row here, and I will have a cute little contrast red heel coming out of that red stripe. Pretty exciting. So I've done that. This is actually day 3. So aside from the heel, I am up to date with all 3 days for this. And when I finish the heel of that, I can then add that into my flax sweater. Now I've got to decide. I'll show you. This is the one that I have started, the flax sweater, and you can see the sleeve detailing in here, and then the rest is just stocking stitch. And so you can see I've got 2 colours of advent in there already, and I can add this one in. It will work with these colours, or I can add it into the navy one for my son, or I could add it into both. And at the moment I'm leaning toward both, but I'm thinking I would definitely put it into the navy one for my son. And I'm debating whether or not to put it in this one. It's hard when I don't know the layout of the colours or anything, because I am kind of estimating stripes based on 12 for one, 12 for the other. But I may have to reuse one or add something in at the end to get it up to the length that I need. I'm just making it up as I go. But anyway, thinking of putting that in to both. That will be a thing for tomorrow. I want to get this one onto larger needles. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Twice I had them on the wrong size needle. So I did mention that, and I showed you frogging it, and then when I started reknitting it, I still forgot to change needles. It is the most common thing for me. If I forget to change needles, will be coming off the ribbing at the top or going onto the ribbing at the bottom. Oh, it drives me nuts. So anyway, I had to rip that out a second time. I hadn't made it as far through, but I had to rip it out a second time and pick up stitches again. So I finally have it on the size 5s, but I want to put it on a bigger cord, because you can see that's getting quite scrunchy there. And I do have another cord, so I'll probably do that tomorrow when I start the next colour be it the maroon or another colour. I would like to keep doing them in the order, so I have to decide if I'm going to add in the maroon before I add in any other thing. And then I also finally started my wallet cowl. Now, I've only gotten onto the second colour, so I'm not quite caught up, but let's see if we can get those threads out of the way. This is my wallop cowl. So you can see day 1, day 2, I mean, this is a stock yarn, this is a single, so there is quite a difference in thickness and texture. But overall, I think it's going to be lovely. I can't quite, maybe I can. I can't quite pull it out to what it will be, but it's something like that. And so it is in the round, and it will eventually be folded over, and this will join onto the other end. And so it'll be one huge long loop that is a circle. And I'm just following the pattern for this. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning, all of my Advent knitting I am linking below to my project pages that have my Advent knitting on. So if you're interested in finding out patterns or details or things that I change, go there and have a look. I will be updating that as I make changes and things like that. And anything else that you have questions about, like I've put information about the crochet nativity scene in yesterday's Vlogmas. I've linked that. So if you're ever interested in something, either ask or check the notes, and it should hopefully be there. But yeah, so this is my wallet cowl. I have to say, I am loving this because it's almost all stocking. You've got this row here and the rest is stocking. It is so simple to knit, so easy. Like I did all of that since the kids went to bed, as well as all of that. I mean, I spent longer on this, but I don't know, I don't feel like it was significantly longer. But yeah, I'm loving this pattern. It was Kay the Crazy Sock Lady that I saw do it originally, and she kept saying how much she loved it and how she wanted to do it again, and she has done it again. She's done 2 now, and I tell you what, I will be tempted to make another one of these. They are so simple knitting. If you have an Advent and you don't know what to do, can recommend. In fact, Melinda, when you're watching this, leftovers for your sock yarn, your fingering weight Advent, you said you might do a cowl, can recommend. So anyway, that's where I'm up to. This is all that I have left of that first colour, because like I said, this Advent was made mostly out of my scraps, so yeah, that wasn't a 20 gram mini when it started. The Advent is designed to use around 10 grams, so I would say that would have been a 10 or 12 gram scrap. And I'm about 10 rows into the second, and I still have that much of a 20 gram. So I'll definitely have leftovers of this, which I may end up using in the flax if I need an extra colour or 2. Anyway, that's it. That's my knitting for today. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I finished another sock, but I put that in earlier. Oh, you can just see it hanging up there. Yeah, that's my knitting. That's my day. Tomorrow is Sunday, so normally we would go to church, but I'm a bit sick. The kids are sick, so we won't be going to church tomorrow. I don't know what we'll be doing instead. Probably playing games, watching TV, and hopefully sleeping. The other thing I did want to mention is the kids' Advent that I have up on the wall over here. My son is actually asking to read the Bible and read the day's Advent. There are no toys. I haven't put activities with it this year. He is just excited to read the Bible. And we did it last year, and the reason he loved it last year was that it had chapter numbers, because we're using the Big Picture Story Bible, and it had chapter numbers on the Advent to say, read this chapter of the Story Bible. and it worked really well. He loved it. If we missed a day, we'd just read 2 or 3 in one day, and it was fine. But yeah, the anticipation is real. And today, got to dinner time, I hadn't instigated it, and he said, "Mum, can we read the book? Can we do this?" Pointing to the Advent. I said, "Absolutely we can." I was tired. I really didn't want to, but if my son is asking to read the Bible, I will pull myself together and say yes. And so we did it, and it was just a verse. This one, it wasn't a chapter from the Story Bible, it was a verse from Genesis. And so instead of that, we pulled out a digital copy of the Bible on my phone, and we found it together, and we read the verse, and then we went back to yesterday's chapter and put that verse in context of what we'd read yesterday. He's 3.5, almost 4. I'm not sure how much he understands, but yeah, really exciting that he's interested and wanting to read it. And thank you, Raising Disciples. I will link her below for the Advent, because she's put all the work into this, and I just printed it out and put it up. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in for another Vlogmas, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy knitting.